and why they are worth having. Pounded yam, you can tell from the price of yam in the market that this swallow is the king and should be treated as such. It is best combined with rich egusi of non-lives and assorted meat from a cow that has lived more than 3 years. I know that you're like wondering, why should it be a cow that has lived more than 3 years? You know, the cow is strong, the meat is, everything is just said. The fat is just enough. It's not all those small cows, and the taste is definitely different. It is the best swallow, and a lot of people love to eat pounded yam a lot of time. Nigerian swallow refers generally to food that are wholly swallowed in Nigeria, not wholly literally, but in portions. Swallows are served with either stew, soup, or sauces. Swallows and soup are quite popular in Nigeria, and they could be combined with any of the many Nigerian soups and served as dinner or lunch here. There are different types. We have eba, fufu, semo, pounded yam. Swallows can also be made from some of the popular Nigerian staple food like wheat, plantain, corn, which is maize, or cocoyam. Basically, you don't chew them. You pinch a portion, dip into your soup, and swallow. You can learn more about Nigerian soup also here, and then how to make them. And we also have good recipes for you when it comes to eba, trust me, any other thing. And this food are basically complementary food that are made from popular staple food like cassava, wheat, plantain, cocoyam, and lots more. They are generally served with Nigerian soups in restaurants and, of course, in Nigerian home. And it is almost impossible to find someone that is munching a bowl of eba without soup, because how can you even eat your swallow with soup? You know, it's just not going to work like that. So today we'll be talking about the basic, like we have a lot of the swallows, but we're going to be talking about the basic and the most popular ones here in Nigeria. So before we move forward, we'll go on this short break, and when we come back, trust me, I have a lot for you. All right, you're welcome back from the short break. Before the break, if you're just joining us today, I am still your host, Chong Anamel Joseph, and today we're going to be talking about the swallow food we have here in Nigeria. And starting today, I want to be a little bit selfish because I want to start with my favorite, which is eba. Eba can be, it's made of gari. It's either the white or the red gari, and this is unguardably the most popular swallow in Nigeria because it is easy to make and also generally affordable. It is made from cassava. In just 24 hours, you could make eba out of cassava. And then this is also made from cassava, just as I said earlier. And even on that, you can even use that. I said, like, okay, we're talking about gari. There's fufu, which is also made from cassava, but takes a little more time if you have tubers of cassava and know all the processes involved. You could have fufu in just 4 days. Other names for fufu include loiloi, akpu, and santana, and a lot more. And then I love how it is that you make these two things together. They are both made from gari. They are both eba and fufu are both made from gari, just that the procedures at which it's made is quite different. And then going forward, we'll be looking at wheat. Like, wheat is very healthy, which is very, very good for people who are diabetic. It's even better than all the semo we eat. Wheat is literally good. Yes, it has a lot of, like me, I don't know if I like the taste or not, but I definitely know that it's so interesting and easy to eat wheat, and wheat is quite healthy, I guess. This is the easiest among them all. What you need is dried wheat. Once it's grounded, it takes just about 10 minutes to prepare. You can serve with any of the Nigerian soup. You can serve it with vegetable, you can serve it with okra, you can serve it with bitter leaf, you can serve it with egusi. For people who love swallow, you know, there are lots of people who, it's like when they don't eat swallow in a day, it's like they've lost it all. But then today, this is a whole pot of wheat for you. In case you're wondering what swallow should I go in for today, I bring to you the most interesting wheat, the most interesting swallow in town, which is wheat. Easy to eat, healthy, less like everything. It's just perfect. That's why it's mostly recommended for people who are diabetic, that for them to eat all the pounded yam, all the gari. It's better they just delve in and enjoy their wheat the way they like it. So we're going to actually go through all the processes and see. But before then, let's move forward. Let's look out for pounded yam. Pounded yam is the king of them all because yam is expensive. The whole process is quite expensive, and then it's not easy, you know. So pounded yam is just boiled and pounded yam, but then we have pound of flour that you can use to make it easy, that you don't have to go and be pounding your yam. They're gone are the days now. A lot of people are just living the soft life. You have yam, like yam dispenser, you have the yam blender. You just have your own processor that you can use to process your yam, pound it, make it it's even softer than you pounding. But you know, here in Nigeria, we want the one that you use pestle and mortar to pound it the way we know it. So you just pound with a mortar and pestle. You don't want to pound some newly harvested yam as well, since it wouldn't give you the necessary consistency. You can also make this from yam flours. There are different brands of yam flours everywhere you go, so you can just pick the one you love, your favorite, the one that you enjoy to eat. Pounded yam is a Nigerian swallow that is served for the rich and famous. But is it for the rich and famous, really? I feel it's just something that no matter how poor you are, you can do it. Even if it's just one tuber of yam, just eat it. It's good to eat well. It's good to eat the right food. Please, let's not always be eating corn swallow or maize swallow all the time. And you forget that you shouldn't eat the same thing every day, not for anything, for the sake of your health. And then you need varieties. Don't just depend on one swallow just because you feel, oh, it's gari every time, morning, afternoon, night, gari. You take so gari, you take eba, you take, I don't know, but then you have to get to have varieties to just make it a little bit different for you. Then next we have tuwon shinkafa. Tuwon shinkafa, this particular swallow is mostly popular for the people who are from the northern part of Nigeria, and then it goes super well with miyan taushe, miyan kuka, okra soup, egusi. See, all the soup, all the draw soup, even ewedu, it goes perfectly well with this tuwon shinkafa. You can make tuwon shinkafa one of the popular swallow in Nigeria from rice. This swallow is very popular in northern Nigeria. You boil rice until it gets really soft, then you stir until it turns consistency, mold into rice balls, and serve with any Nigerian soup. As I told you, it goes with miyan taushe, it goes with miyan kuka, it goes with literally all the soup. And this particular tuwon shinkafa is common in the northern part of Nigeria. And a lot of people have not really tried to eat this tuwon shinkafa. Trust me, you want to give it a try. You know, I always say, don't always focus just because you always eat pounded yam. It has to be pounded yam all your life. Learn to eat different meals so you have a taste of it. When they are having conversation, you know, you have something to also say about it. Up next, we're going to be looking at the food that everyone find themselves moving, especially in the afternoon. When you go to amala joints, sometimes I'm like, what is happening? Why are people queuing this long queue? And then you can as well eat it in the comfort of your home. I know that there are days that we don't even want to eat at home. We just want to go outside because that food outside, it tastes different. We enjoy the food. You're just eating it because everybody is eating it. I started eating amala because of peer pressure. I was influenced to eat it just because I even liked it. But at some point, yes, I developed this so much life for it. I can just wake up one morning, I'm like, if it's not amala today, I would just be hungry for the rest of the day. Now, the famous one made from dried yam skin or cassava, this meal is said to send chills down the spine. It is the indigenous meal of the Ibadan people, and you should try it. It goes best with the traffic light soup, red for stew, yellow for gbegiri, and green for ewedu. Amala can also be white. I think most people beef amala because it shares the same skin color as them. But is that true? Well, let me check my own skin color. I think but I'm not beefing it. I just feel it's cool. The difference between the meal and the wheat flour is the substance used in production. But you wouldn't know unless you try. So go try it so you know the difference. I think maybe if you eat wheat today, you should try amala tomorrow. But then I think some of us already know the difference with that, because you eat amala literally all the time, and then maybe the wheat, it comes once in a while and all of that. They say you haven't lived if you haven't tried amala. So if you've not tried amala, you've not lived. And you need to eat amala today or tomorrow or next tomorrow or Monday. Just try from now to Friday. Just try and eat amala, at least. Not for anything, for my sake. Just try and do it for me. All right, then next, which is going to be the last we have today, because I said we're going to be talking about the famous one, which is semo. So I want to belong. That is the motto of this meal. It shuffles between tasting like yam and white wheat. It goes well with egusi, okra, or ogbono. Semo is one bay, but it will be worth your time. Try it with any soda of your choice, because semo is easy to make. Semo is something that you can make it this minute, like especially when you're making it for yourself. You don't have to just turn it, wait for it to boil and all that. You can just put it your water on average, just turn it till it stick. I think sometimes I used to make it like that, except if I'm making it for like more than 2 or 3, more than like 2 people, let's say maybe 3 or 4, especially when it is a man. You know that men, they like to eat plenty. And please, another thing that I feel we need to know is for us to regulate the quantity of the food we eat. This is swallow we're talking about. You can leave the office or your workspace and you're going for lunch and you are eating a mountain of soup. The next minute you're going to be sleeping. So you have to regulate when it comes to quantity. You have to know what you eat. In one serving, just have like a handful, like a handful. I mean, if it's too small for you, can eat 2. But I've gone to a place where I've seen people eating 5 wraps of maybe pounded yam. 5 wraps of, maybe better semo is a little bit light. How can you eat 5 wraps of pounded yam? Well, they say he's a man. The man is hardworking. He's hustling for the money. It's good, but you have to watch it, not for anything, for the sake of your health and well-being. Now, Nigerian swallow basically refers to the local meat that are not chewed, but are usually swallowed. Most of them, the swallows, are usually eaten with different kinds of soup peculiar to that tribe and how you want to eat it. If your own local soup is gbegiri and ewedu, it goes well for you, then why not? You do it and you enjoy it super well. Now, this is a note to take home. The world's diet and food intake comprise 80% of staple food. Staple food can be derived from both animals and vegetable. Staple foods differs based on country and region. Staple foods are plant or animal food that are most accessible in our communities. Example, we have the maize, the rice, cassava, yam, etc. Like you have a lot of them. So always make sure that you eat your swallow with the right food, and make sure you don't cut down on the intake of your protein. You eat the right protein you need in a day, the right fat. Let your food be a balanced diet. Okay, so we're going to stop here today and let's take a review of the videos and let's see how the process is being done. And in case you don't even know how to make it yourself, most times they say, men don't like to cook or men don't know how to cook. Today is your day. When you have that soup, you're going to learn how to make your eba yourself, how to make your amala yourself, how to make your wheat yourself, how to make your semo yourself, how to literally make all the most common swallow we have here in Nigeria. Thank you for joining me on Lunch Global today. I'm still your host, Chunk Anamel Joseph. And in case you have anything you want to share with us, you can send it to all our social media platforms, and we're going to give you response right back. Thank you for joining me, and enjoy the rest of your day.